Institute is a methodology developed by Procasur Corporation, and I can describe it as a learning journey. In fact, it is designed to respond to the specific learning needs of the participant, and at the same time it is structured as a real journey. Participants travel and I have the opportunity to meet with the hosts in order to learn from them directly about the successful initiatives and practices at the country level.
We are here gathered from all parts of Africa. We are speaking the same language. And this language is a nutrition language.
The nutrition situation is still a big issue. Nutrition was kind of not that in the public domain.
I want to say that nutrition really matters. It's creating a generation. So we need to invest on nutrition. We can see that nutrition investment is very low. In some countries it's decreasing.
Malnutrition is like a forest fire, I tell people. And so in order to, a lot of our interventions, we're fighting the fire. But if you really, really, really want to quench the fire, you have to contain it in addition to fighting it. And so prevention and education and awareness is the prevention piece that we need to increase.
The downstream impacts of nutrition, or malnutrition for that matter, is to impact greatly on the future generation. Kids cannot learn. Because kids cannot learn as they would because of malnutrition, you get a lot of teenage pregnancies because girls do not stay in school enough. You get teenage pregnancies, which results in high mortality rate for both mothers and children. So it's a serious problem which we need to tackle.
We picked Africa because it is one of the regions that's behind in terms of stunting. So that's children who are too short for their age. Sadly, the indicators here aren't improving, and we see that in Rwanda. But it's great to see that the efforts are being made to change things.
In my opinion, reaching the results is not a responsibility of governments. It's a stakeholders' joint responsibility to complement each other and focus on the targets. Because alignment is really the key to success.
Because if we are going to break the jinx of malnutrition, then we really need to be together and in good numbers. We must be together as a critical mass and adequately knowledgeable. I think this is an excellent opportunity to work across borders, but also across spheres.
For every $1 we invest in nutrition, we are getting a whole 16 out of that. So really, it's investing in our future.
One of our objectives as a network is to inspire and enable learning and exchange across the network. We know it's really, really important in terms of not only scaling up efforts to reduce malnutrition, but in terms of building relationships, allowing people to come together, to reflect, to learn from each other, as much as from the context in Rwanda. And so when the opportunity came up, to be able to fund a Learning Route project, we leapt on it and we went for it. And it's certainly proved to be a brilliant experience so far.
In Rwanda, we believe everything is possible. We were new and we thought, like I've always said, we have always believed success is not exceptional. It's the attitude. Rwanda, given its history, it has made tremendous progress towards fighting malnutrition. Us coming together is one of the results that can be witnessed in Rwanda, that an alliance initially has the freedom to work, has the freedom to bring people together to achieve specific goals.
Urunana primarily started as coming in to bridge the gap in communication for behavior change. Radio is a very powerful tool in terms of behavior change. Radio reaches much wider audience than any other medium. And with radio soap opera, it is easy because you bring role models. You take this person that took this trend of life and the consequences that happened. And then you take this positive character that went this way, and then you show the benefits. And they know which behavior to copy and which one to reject.
Our case study this afternoon is about nutrition and stakeholder and action mapping in Rwanda. The experience from our country is that stakeholder and action mapping is very important. It's a very important action also to eradicate malnutrition in the country, because once you know partners that are in the country and what actions they are working on, and the gaps, geographic coverage and both beneficiary coverage, you can easily tackle the issues of malnutrition in the country. My wish is for every stakeholder that came to Rwanda to understand that nutrition stakeholder and action mapping is key to address malnutrition in any area, in any country. Because without knowing who is doing what, where, on what actions, what are the gaps, and what needs to be scaled up, you cannot move ahead.
Rwanda is really a role model, and I'm really glad we got to see this, because we can learn, and we have learned so much from them in terms of particularly the government's high commitment to the people, the fact that they really want malnutrition to be gone.
I've been able to see a number of good examples in Rwanda of how the multi-sectoral platform can effectively work at the district level and at the community level. I've seen the way the community owns the nutrition initiatives, and also how the private sector is playing a key, deliberately, a key role in ensuring that malnutrition levels are reduced in the country.
So obviously I'm thinking, because of the challenges we have and the solutions that seem to be here in Rwanda to address our challenges, we were invited here for us to learn, and so that we can replicate and improve our own systems back home.
I think Men's definition of hard work is really hard.
We cannot discuss nutritional issues in hotels. No, we need to start looking at down within the community, sit together with the people and try to reason together with them.
Kuri ndi umworozi, ariko umworozi wabigize umwuga. Nanze ari byo bintu bishobora kumfasha mu buzima, bikanateza umuryango wanjye imbere. Amata nayo aragurishwa, agasaguka nayo umuryango ushobora kuba wafata, nkanaha n'abaturanyi, cyangwa ngafasha n'abaturanyi kugira ngo babone amata yo kunywa. Umudamu wariwe wahirira inka agakukira inka, ngo abe yareba icyo iyo nka imumariye akibure, cyane cyane ko noneho n'amata buriya ariyo afite intungamubiri kurenza ibindi biryo cyangwa ibindi biribwa tuba dufata, cyane ko n'abagabo natwe tutayanga ariko. Imirire myiza ni ugufata indyo yuzuye.
We have the food. We don't need to look elsewhere for the food. We have the food amid distance. We have to prepare it and eat it correctly and properly.
There's a proverb that's often quoted, which is, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. I think we can do both. Maybe that's a little too ambitious, but that's what we need to do to reduce malnutrition. And I think it summarizes really briefly our work as a network.
Organized before the arrival of colonialists.
The genocide happened in our lifetime, only a short 22 years ago.
it will no longer be necessary to go fighting the wind on the ground. We'll start by eliminating it.
The fact that they've come this far, it's incredible.
I found the learning route experience amazing. I came with a number of expectations, as usual, but this has been surpassed. We were able to go to the communities and see the way of life of the people, share with them what their challenges are, talk to them and find out how exactly they're viewing this issue of malnutrition and how they are dealing with the consequences.
We were just networks. Now we've gotten personal. I know who is from Ethiopia, I know who is from, other countries. Once you get personal, it makes communication much easier. There's so much commonness, synergies that you can bring together. And I think that has been very exciting.
Before this learning route, the participants from the Civil Society Alliance, we were literally strangers to each other. But now we are one family that is looking at dealing with the issues of nutrition as a whole and together as a family.